Alexa Trischler joining us now to explain why we have nothing to worry about when it comes to Nadine. Hey there, Alexa.
That's right. No worries when it comes to the tropics for us, but they did kind of come alive just suddenly overnight last night. So we have Nadine, which is now inland, so it will be weakening as we head into the night, but still going to bring a lot of rain to parts of southern Mexico over the next several hours. Also, Oscar developed. Hurricane Oscar is near the Bahamas, and they will be seeing impacts parts of the Bahamas, parts of the Turks and Caicos, and maybe even parts of Cuba in the coming days. So Hurricane Oscar is a Category 1 storm. It is very small but mighty, I would say, gusting up to 105 miles per hour. So quite a bit of rain, strong winds and storm surge slated for parts of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos through the rest of the weekend. And again, parts of Cuba can see impacts from this in the next several days. And then it will eventually curve off to the northeast and move out into the open Atlantic Ocean by the early part of this week. So nothing is coming into the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf Coast will stay quiet over the next 10 days. No tropical worries for the continental United States. Now, getting back to our local forecast, this weekend has been so great. The great weather continues into tomorrow. It's 67 degrees right now, a beautiful shot over the city of New Orleans. Dew points in the upper 50s, so it's still comfortable. Our winds have calmed down. Light east winds around 3 to 6 miles per hour happening now. That'll be the trend overnight, too. Temperatures mostly in the 60s, still holding on to 70 degrees at the lakefront, but some upper 50s are starting to pop up, especially north of the lake, where it's 59 in Hammond and in Mandeville, even 59 in Belchase, 57 for Bay St. Louis, 61 degrees right now in Slidell. Overnight tonight, expect clear skies. Will be comfortable with temperatures cool and refreshing in the 60s in the overnight hours. Tomorrow will be another delightful day. Perfect weather tomorrow to get outside and enjoy. Now, early tomorrow morning we'll be on the cool side, not as cold as we've been the last couple mornings because we're getting into this warming trend heading into the next several days. Our weather is going to be warming up, and you'll notice it in the mornings, not as chilly, though tomorrow is still kind of crisp and refreshing, especially if you're on the North Shore tomorrow morning. We start tomorrow morning there in the mid to upper 50s, a little cooler the farther north you go, 50 in Macomb and maybe even the upper 40s for Bogalusa. On the South Shore tomorrow morning, we'll probably be in the upper 50s for our bayou parishes, and then mostly low 60s on the South Shore, and maybe even some middle 60s closer to the coast tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, expect a lot of sunshine, nice and pleasant, warming up tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 70s tomorrow afternoon, maybe a couple spots hitting 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Even though we will be warming up, our humidity is not going to climb that much. I think we'll stay nice and pleasant the next couple days. There might be a small bump in our humidity heading into the middle part of the work week, but we still remain in that pleasant, tolerable, nice range. We're not going to see any muggy weather coming our way over the next week. But check out our high temperature forecast. Upper 70s tomorrow, then we're done with that. We're back in the 80s starting Monday, and then we'll climb through the low 80s, especially midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, low middle 80s. So we do have a warm up on the way where temperatures will trend a couple degrees above average heading into the new work week. Also, something of note, over the next 7 days, there is no rain in the forecast. We're going to be completely dry from now until next Saturday. And I'll talk to you about why. Well, we have to look at the upper levels of the atmosphere. We've got this upper ridge of high pressure that's going to be building over the Gulf South, and that'll start to slide to the west heading into midweek. And then we see this upper troughing take over the southeast, but it just continues to be dry. It's a dry trough, so another cold front comes in later next week, just bringing us more dry air and no storms. I'll show you with our available moisture. Not a lot of changes here. No real moisture surges coming our way over the next 7 days. So we stick with this quiet pattern, and really no complaints with that. Over the next week, I have 0% chance of rain. So that is something to look forward to if you have any outdoor plans. No stress when it comes to that, but I know some of us probably want a little bit of rain to water the grass and water something outside. So maybe as we head into the last couple days of the month, we'll possibly see another system coming in, but for right now, nothing happening across the board. Here's our 7-day forecast. Enjoy this delightful stretch of quiet weather, mostly sunny skies. We warm up into the 80s during the new work week, and we keep those cooler nights and mornings around too.